Hello. I was noticing that my um, the down part of my cyclical nature, it was so often there's delusion that's involved. And there were even a couple of videos that one of them for reasons of quality, but I'm thankful, and one of them just because I seemed way too off, I didn't end up making public and I ended up deleting them. Um, and I realized this kind of video log is it's useful because it shows me um, a pattern, and it shows me how I'm doing. um, and when I'm down, um, I try all these tricks of like um, you know, everything's fine, or I go, it's not that bad, and sure, I'll get out of it soon, it's fine, and or I'm going to step into my power and totally I am infinite and I'm the universe, so I'm totally fine. And it's like when you have to keep going, no matter if I'm having a good or bad day, I have to keep functioning. So it's like, well, I have to do this today. So how am I going to frame this? It was interesting to notice that, and I was doing it again this morning. I was really getting into thoughts, and I noticed myself. I was like, "Whoa!" I went really far down that line of thought, um, and I'm so thankful that there are moments at which either it's been too long and I get tired of being down, and I'm like, "All right, come on, let's snap out of it." Um, or it's just something like that where I'm like, it's great that I notice delusion. I guess maybe it is faster. Anyway, I'm getting better practiced at some point just getting tired of what's going on in my head. Um, so yeah, this morning I was like, what am I doing? Because I've definitely been in a place, and part of it was, yeah, these videos are useful because the last few, two of which didn't make it into the light, so to speak. I felt a sense of shame, and I was like, "Am I going crazy?" Like, um, and part of it was that I was expressing just being down, and part of it was me trying to do backflips to not feel down. Um, to be like, how many different videos can I watch? How many different things can I quote? Um, how many words of others can I have in my head to bolster my existence because I can't handle life? um, I feel so. It's not that I feel a little better today. I just got tired of my own bullshit today, um, or whatever that state. So I was like, okay, oh my gosh, back to the body, back to sensation, back to taking a breath. And part of it is that I've been sleep deprived, and that's not over. I went to sleep way too late last night also. Um, so just recognizing that and um, honoring the body and being like, that my body's like, I'm tired and the mind is not doing well when the body's not doing well. And that's okay. And stop pretending that you don't live in this, physical realm. Stop trying to think your way out of this. Um, so yeah, this morning I just took a few moments here and there to be like, in the body, in the body. Where is the sensation? And I went back to, um, sometimes I, um, so often I'm, I start the day where I'm like, okay, let's see if I can just live. And, distraction starts happening. And I'm like, okay, let's turn on my, streaming, like YouTube stuff or Spotify stuff. That's part of the non duality or awakening conversation. And that'll keep me on mentally. But sometimes nothing works. It's just I'm where I'm at. And no matter what I'm listening to or watching, that's where I'm going to be at until I can give myself that time to really sit. And I hadn't really been honest. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. But anyway, um, so this morning, after dipping into my body a little bit, um, I thought if I do turn on video, let's. I found myself going back, kind of back to the beginning. What brought me into this whole thing is one of the saved series that I have in my on my channel, which is Josh Putnam's authenticity lineup, where it's like 6 videos plus a few videos talking about, and it's layman's terms that it's not, it's what I was exposed to before I knew any of these, got way too far down the rabbit hole of this conversation, and it always brings me. It's much more honest because it's talking about authenticity, um, and about being honest with yourself. And I don't have to tell you what it talks about. You can check it out. Um, and I can post a link to it in my details. Anyway, videos, I was like, what am I doing? And I remember that this isn't for anything or anyone. If you're watching, thank you. And I love that we're sharing, and that if this is a connection for you, I'm very happy to be connecting with you. But a lot of this it's me expressing myself and putting stuff out there, and the fact that it is public, and the fact that there is uh, that I'm opening the door to connection. That's part of just being, and I'm realizing that with a mom, I don't get out, but there's open mics that um, anytime I show up and I get on stage, like, that's a vulnerability and a connection that I was going to say it's missing. It's not missing, but it's that's where I'm going. I just I don't know how to put it. That's something that would be good to do. Just right now, I don't have a practical way of doing it, but that's coming, I think. So this is kind of part of that, of just putting myself out there and making a connection, and not um, just being honest, and not being like, okay, like, I'm not exhibiting. This is not an exhibit. This is an expression. Um, so yeah, wanted to share just to shake out. I don't know if I'm back. I might still be down, I never know. Um, you know, so often, you don't know that you were in a tunnel until you walk out of it. And you're always in some kind of tunnel. But anyway, um, this is what it's like going up and down. Um, it used to be bad enough that I looked into medication, but then I found other tools and tools like this and presence. And I thought, I think I can put down the medication. So I stopped everything. Um, so this is a thing, but uh, I'm doing okay. And coming back to being authentic and being honest with myself, and honoring where I'm at, and coming back to body sensation, and as simple as meditating and focusing on the breath, even for 1 minute. Um, it's funny when people are like, just 10 minutes a day. I'm like, that's a lot for me, like to just sit for 10 minutes. Um, which when I have that time, that it can be done. And toward the beginning of even this video podcast, one of the earlier videos, I started this up because I found myself being able to do that for longer, and just prioritizing that and time with myself, and not letting my mind run away with all these concepts that I'm conceptualizing. Because the point of all this stuff, all this conversation about non-duality and awakening and presence and awareness, is just to live without getting in your own way, just to be. So here's to a day of being. We'll see how it goes.